Hello people, it's your boy Smile back again with another video, back with the homies, reacting to another game, this time reacting to the 3 points finally. Boys, how are we?
All good, man. All good. Can't complain, man. Can't
Happy
complain.
days. Benji, what you
All
saying?
good. All good, all good, all good.
Yes.
I know this is going already, but all good.
I'm not saying anything. But as always, show the boys some love on social media. The Twitter will be down below. As always, man, fellow United fans, gotta show the homies some support. Drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's flip and get straight into it. Finally, some positivity. Nobody can deny yesterday's performance, or maybe Benji can. Benji, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on yesterday's game, mate?
Yeah. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday. Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, it feels like a long time ago. So many videos. Yeah, I thought it was good. For the first time in a long time, I was excited by the way we played for the first 75 minutes. And United, as we know, we only play good for like 30-minute spells. But yesterday was the most complete performance I've seen for a long time. And it just goes to show like what happens when you actually coach a team to do something. What happens when you actually have good players. And you know, my biggest highlight from yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, was probably Matic. Probably will come into that later. But I was loving the game. I loved it from start to finish. The build up was lovely. Twitter was lovely. Everything's good, man.
Yeah, happy days. Yo, Benji's smiling, we're all smiling. It's like Martial, isn't it? When he smiles, we're all smiling. Coach, what were your thoughts?
You made me sound so negative.
Nah, it's all love, man. It's bantering, yeah. Coach, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I can't disagree with anything you said. It was total control from start to finish. Defensively, we were sound. De Gea wasn't troubled too much. In fact, hardly, to be honest. Midfield were just completing everything they did. Everyone knew their role and they stuck to it and they executed it. And the front three, I have no complaints. We could have scored more goals. Missed one open goal.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah. But apart from that, we did exactly what we need to do against a team that has overachieved this season, and we pretty much put them in their place.
Yeah, no, without a shadow of doubt, Sheffield United definitely overachieved. You know, a lot of their fans just wanted to stay in the league, innit? But yeah, you guys have mentioned a few important things. The most important thing that I took away from the game personally was the constant pressure. I think, you know, to be a good team, you have to be resilient and you have to sustain attacks. That's what marks a good team. You know, I said like when Jose Mourinho was in charge, we had moments. When we were winning 4-0, 4-0. I think it was the second season. I can't remember. Yeah. We kept winning 4-0. A lot of people were getting gassed about this performance, and I kept saying, although I'm happy that we're winning 4-0, those were just instances that we were scoring. We weren't sustaining attacks. We had a 20-minute period where we'd score 2 goals on the counter attack, and then people would think that's a complete performance. Even if we won this 2-0, although we obviously should have scored more, I would have said this is probably one of the best performances I've seen from Man United in a long time. Because even 2-0 up, we looked like we were losing the game at 2-0 up, the way we just didn't let up. And that for me was the biggest show of okay, there is something there. But let's talk about obviously some of the individual performances before we go into Ali himself. A lot of stick. I don't want to say stick in it. Obviously, we're gonna talk positively and glowingly of most of the players. But there was one player that still divides a lot of opinion, and it's Luke Shaw. Ben, we'll come to you first because you know Wan-Bissaka got a lot of abuse or critique saying he doesn't have the ability to go forward. He got the assist. Luke Shaw, he divides opinion. What are your thoughts on him?
I think you know what it is. I think the way the game is going in football, everyone wants an attacking fullback that can run down the wing, penetrate, put in crosses and whatnot. I don't think I've ever seen Luke Shaw put in a whipped cross in my life, and he's now 24 years of age or 23 or whatever it is. I think some of the criticism is unfair because every team just has a scapegoat, and that's just literally how we're doing it.
Yeah.
But I think the criticism that he gets, some of it's unfair, but some of it is justified. He rarely does overlap. He's always underlapping, which is very frustrating to see. Stop running into Rashford's space. Stop running into that space. I just think the injuries messing him up. And obviously, we're looking at Robertson, we're looking at Mendy, Jordi Alba,
even Saka, to be fair.
Yeah, Alfonso Davies.
Well,
Who else has a top club? That's about it. Those are the four, probably the best fullbacks in the left backs in the world.
Yeah,
You look at the right back, you look at Trent and Cuff. Shaw can't do that. Well, Masaka can defend, and Luke Shaw, he gets burnt out with pace as well. So it's like he can't defend. He's not that good at defending. He's not that good at attacking. So, and every other player in the team is basically like a fan favorite. So he's the one that's gonna get the stick. Like you look up and down the team. Him or Lindelof are the only two that will get the stick.
Yeah, Lindelof gets a lot of them.
Even if like Lindelof had a decent game, to be fair, yesterday, but no one would ever talk about it because they're not the fan favorites on the front four or whatever. But I just think Luke Shaw. I want to see Brandon Williams have a go because I feel like he gives us that impetus. The amount of times we have the ball with the players we have now, we can afford to let someone else go if somebody sits. So, but I feel sorry for him sometimes, I'm not going to lie.
That's an interesting point, obviously, you mentioned at the end in terms of the amount of the ball that we have. Of course, against the team that is going to sit back, that we would assume that would sit back like a Villa, Brandon Williams probably would be a better option. I think my main... You know what it is? When you're looking at him, if you were just new to watching Man United, for example, you just watched a one-off game, you just think Luke Shaw's right-footed. Because he keeps trying to come onto his right foot. Obviously, I know he doesn't actually physically come onto his right foot, but the fact that he's always cutting in and playing that ball inside, it just doesn't make sense. Like, he doesn't go around the outside, and then whips the ball in. Kojo, what do you reckon?
I got to think, if he keeps doing that, that might be up down to manager instruction. Because... it might be because if we're being honest, under Mourinho and LVG, he was out wide a lot more. He was more touchline.
Hugging the touchline,
he was more touchline. He was more, look at his face. Let me land. When he was doing things with Depay, he was cutting in. Depay was the one cutting in. He was the one cutting down the left. Exactly. So
where does Rashford cut, on the left or the right?
No, Rashford cuts in, but that's what I'm saying. If you're the manager, your player keeps doing it, you gotta keep looking at it. If your player keeps doing it and you don't tell him, Luke Shaw, stay out wide. Luke Shaw, stay there. Rashford, that's his position. There's no need for you to be there because even when the midfielders come in as well, you tend to see Paul Pogba drifting inside the left a little bit as well. So, you got to look at Ole at that point and say, okay, are you telling him to constantly underlap? Is that a tactical thing? Is there a reason why you do that? Or is he not following instruction? Is he just not reading the game and saying, I should be in this position where maybe I can help the team create a bit more? So that's where I have to question it because, as you guys said, he keeps doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. So I have to look at the coach and say, maybe you're telling him to do that because...
Yeah, maybe, because that's what Pep does, but...
He doesn't have that
availability.
Yeah, exactly. And with Pep and with City as well. I mean, maybe I can argue.
Well, Kyle Walker does it a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can argue with this game. Matic was so good sitting back and doing his job, so maybe he felt like he could do that sort of thing. But at the same time, Luke Shaw, I don't feel like has the ability to keep cutting in like that and trying to, beat players on the dribble and all that. So that's where
it makes sense.
That's where I have to question the coach. I have to ask him, are you telling him to do these things? But all in all, in the game yesterday, he wasn't bad. He wasn't fantastic. He just wasn't bad. The one thing I do like about him is in defensive positions here and there, he does tend to read crosses coming in from the left side so that he's the one that's tracking back. And he covers quite well in that aspect. So that's where I do like things about him. But I do agree. I think I said last week, I think Brendan Rodgers is our best left back at the club.
Brendan Williams, not Rodgers.
The heat's getting to me.
It's cool.
Brandon Williams is our best left back at the club, so I would prefer to see him, especially now with running games. There's no big games. I think it's a good time for him to get some more games in, just like Greenwood's got a good amount of time as well. So,
yeah, well, obviously Williams has got. I'm assuming Williams is going to play against Norwich on the weekend, so he definitely have an opportunity to showcase what he's about. I do agree in terms of if we're playing against teams that are going to sit back, Williams might offer more going forward, especially if we're going to have a pen back that we did against Sheffield United. I've got to say though with Luke Shaw, he's very frustrating because I've been a massive fan of his for a long time, but he shows moments of quality. When he does a marauding run, you think, why don't you do him often? And also, he should have got an assist, to be fair. Igala has to score that. Was poor by Igala in terms of his touch. But again, Luke Shaw doesn't put that quality of ball in more often. I just don't understand why. But let's not talk about.
He's going to be 25 next month. But yeah.
Well, regardless of his age, let's look at the bloody positives because there's a lot to talk about. Let's talk about the midfield three because this video is going to be about Ollie getting the balance right. We said prior to the Spurs game, we talked a lot about who your midfield three was. I think we kind of might have went for Matic, Bruno, and Pogba anyways, but eventually, anyways. But let's talk about the midfield three because for me personally, the balance was literally perfect. Kojo, we'll come to you first, mate.
Yeah, perfect, absolutely perfect. I think we've all been screaming out for two midfielders in the middle that can create just as well as the other one. And you've got Pogba, who was sitting a bit deeper, but that can create from anywhere. And Bruno Fernandes, who is so good with the intricate touches and the little 1-2s and the little bits of play that can get a player in. It was just beautiful to watch. And Matic, when you tell him to do something, he knows how to do it to a very good level. Tactically awake all the time. The only thing I didn't like about him before is just that he's not very agile, but you can't control sometimes what your body grows into. You can't change his agility. But all in all, it was just perfect. And to have two creative forces in the middle means now you saw Rashford, Martial making the runs that you want your forwards to make. Rashford's not Rashford. I keep what is wrong with me today? Martial's not waiting for the ball to come into feet in this game. He was making the runs in behind and trying to get goals. And lo and behold, you saw what happened. So yeah, more of that midfield. I am here for that midfield all day long.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, you mentioned Matic and his lack of agility, but one thing I will say about Matic is his awareness or his ability to read the game is just like it's world class, isn't it? Like just the amount of time. For me personally, I know a lot of people said this as well. Matic was practically my man of the match. Obviously, Martial is because he bagged that hat-trick. But I actually give Matic a 10. I thought for what he's meant to be in the team for, I don't think you could actually do a better performance than that. He was absolutely phenomenal. What do you reckon, Benji?
What about the midfield three?
Yeah, the midfield three.
Yeah, I mean, been told Ollie watches the show, and I told him to put that formation down from the start. Now, I think obviously it's the balance, and I think you could easily take out Matic and put in Fred and McTominay, it'll still be the same. For me personally, I think Fred would just allow.
I don't know about Fred.
Do you know why? Because in a game like that yesterday, maybe against Man City, where you need like an actual defensive midfielder, but in a game where you didn't really need to do much defending, I think it works. Fred is probably a bit of a better passer than Matic. Matic can look after the ball a bit better, but I think Fred is a better passer. But one of the things that I also really like what Kojo was saying is that's what I think personally. One of the things that Kojo said is the two players can attack Pogba and Bruno, and fan needs to. The thing is, I don't understand about football fans. I think a lot of people don't actually watch football. You can tell that people are actually getting blessed with the free Sky Sports subscriptions these days because attacking players have to lose the ball. I'll be worried if
that's been pissing me off now.
I'll be worried if my attacking midfielder had 100% pass completion. I'll be worried because Bruno Fernandes and Pogba are the only. Well, they're gonna lose the ball all the time, and you have to accept that. But you see the ball that Pogba played into Bruno, then Bruno flipped it off. Bruv, you can't do that unless you have people that are willing to try things on the ball. Like, it's not everyday side to side. If you want that, we can reverse back to December when Pereira and Fred were playing centre mid. Like,
oh my God,
people have to understand that these two in the middle, we have to get off their back and let them play football. Let them enjoy their football. Against the lesser team that we did get Sheffield United, we can have one holding. I always said Wednesday. Yeah, I like Sheffield Wednesday, that's why. One holding and two up front. We can have two in front. But against like a better team, Pogba might have to withdraw a little bit. But I don't see any problem. I love that midfield, man. I just think the only thing that's lacking is goals from the midfield, which I want to see more of personally. I want to see them take more shots because they have the ability to take more shots. When when they're on that, there was one time I know that Bruno
Pogba had a few more, I think, to be fair.
Yeah, but I don't mind them shooting because they have it. If Pereira don't shoot, bro. Matic don't shoot. Like Pogba, and if you look go on YouTube, I know we shouldn't talk about YouTube, but if you look go on YouTube, type in Fernandez goals, Pogba goals. There's bangers from everywhere.
Yeah,
They need to
you
start
got the
shooting
ability
more.
in it.
You know what I like about that though is the fact that Sheffield United, what they did yesterday was try to close them down real quick so they couldn't let off shots. But
Yeah, you see
but they
Bruno's
forget.
one where Bruno sat that guy on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. But
Exactly.
what we love about that is the fact is that if you don't close them down, they can shoot from range and they can shoot well. And if you close them down, Pogba can dribble
Play
past
around
you,
you,
and they can play around you, play 1-2s. That's what we need. That's
Exactly,
what we need.
man.
And this is what I've been the whole Pogba argument. This is the one thing I've been consistent with is he hasn't had someone since he's joined the club. He hasn't had someone that he can do those 1-2s with on a consistent level or a high level.
Yeah,
Now
definitely.
he's got that guy, and you see in the last 2 games he's flourished more than ever like at the club. So
Without a
Yeah,
doubt.
because what I was saying, even what Coach was saying is true. Because yesterday we had 15 shots, 6 on target, 5 off target, 4 blocks. Okay, 4. But it shows that we're progressing as a team. We're moving forward as a team with the players inside there. That
We're progressing now,
midfield
yeah?
three
We're
is
progressing now, bro.
perfect. Not with no. The thing is you don't understand. Yeah, I'll come to
Go ahead.
we'll come to the oil section in a second. But I just think with the midfield three it works. I just think you need to. I want to see more shots, man. Like I want to be like
Yeah, but
like do you know them type of things? Like
yeah, but against Spurs, Bruno had so many shots, man. They were going wayward.
he did, to be
Look,
fair. Yeah.
Ali definitely told him, "Yo, relax about you and then pass the ball down the
no,
wing.
but at the end of
You've
the
got an option to
day,
play."
like at the end of the day, like that's how it is as creative players. You don't want to know what's gonna happen next. Like that's the beauty of our team. Our team now is so unpredictable.
We've got a lot of
Yeah.
people that can win the game in here.
If okay, you're a Sheffield United or whatever fan, half fan anyway.
I'm not a
If you
fan.
try and mark Pogba, Bruno's his face. Try and mark Bruno and Pogba, Rashford's his face. Mark that, Martial's his face. Then you have Greenwood his face.
Yeah,
And even
yeah.
Wan-Bissaka will come off from the overlap.
Even
We
Greenwood, to
have
be fair.
options, bro. Yeah, because Pep Guardiola in an interview last season said, now that we have Mendy, we have another way to attack. Now that we have Pogba and Bruno, we have another way to attack. So that's what I like to see,
Absolutely.
man. Sorry for talking so long, but they get me
Oh, it's
excited.
calm. No, it's calm.
No,
They
it's
get
good.
me too excited.
No, but that's good, man. That's what we want. We want you to be excited. But no, I completely agree. Obviously, it's all about having different stats on the pitch. You know, it's difficult. Like obviously, Kojo said as well. It's difficult if you try to block the shot, try to come out and block the shot. They'll play it around you. We saw when in the first half alone, right? That triangle when Pogba dinked over to Rashford and he tried to volley it. If he scored that would have been absolutely filled. They played like 2 triangles within like 5 seconds, bro. If you blinked, you missed it. One of them ones. But you know, you've seen basically what I've been trying to say for a long time. Look, and I'm not saying this is down to Ali or nothing like that, because obviously the players are of quality. Sometimes you just got quality players. You don't even need to give them instructions. But you've got to give a lot of credit to Ali, because there's no way the players are going to be that relentless in sustaining attack if that's not order from the manager. Because if that's Jose Mourinho, right, and we're 2-0 up, you know exactly what's happening. McTominay is coming on from Pogba in like the 60th minute or whatever it is. I know he came on the 75th, but he was already 3-0 up then.
Yeah.
But Ali does deserve a lot of credit, and I'm not seeing a lot of people give Ali credit for this. And I said after the Spurs game, and I think me and Kojo both said it, we weren't happy with the result, but we could see progression. Like, we could see that there was something to work with when Pogba came on. Kojo, we'll come to you first. What do you reckon of Ali's performance in that game?
I think it was good. You know, I've always criticized Ole on one thing, and that's in-game management, which is key because you need to know when to make subs and maybe what tactic to play against a certain team. And to also counter my own argument, I've also said the lack of quality we've had on the bench is scary. Or the options that we start don't really need to be playing games. They can be bench options. They can be the safety option just over there, you know. If we are 1-0 up and the team starts pushing, trying to get an equalizer, you can bring on Daniel James to run in behind. This game, he managed it perfectly. The selection was perfect. Greenwood, he was in and out of the game, but he was looking to score goals. He was cutting in left to right. He could use both feet excellently. Like, the selection was just perfect, and the tactics were perfect. It was spot on. So I can only praise him for this game because his instructions and the way he let the team play with freedom made the game easy for us. And Sheffield United have not been easy for anyone. Contrast to the 3-3 we had at their stadium how many months ago. So it's a big difference. Yeah, huge difference.
Huge difference, man. Like, literally night and day, man. Benji, what do you reckon?
About Oli.
Yeah, obviously just this game in general, and obviously we don't need to go into what you think.
I'm not really gonna. I get what you're saying. I don't think he deserves that much credit. To be fair, I think it's the lineup that we all wanted to see. Like it's like
Yeah,
it doesn't make
but
sense.
he doesn't. Yeah, but he doesn't have to pick that though, does he? He doesn't
No,
have to go
but
that attacking.
it's what makes it like it's what. I'm a postman, like Balotelli says. I'm delivering posts. You don't clap for postman. It's like you know what's. The thing is, the only my problem with Oli is that we have good players, but he doesn't play certain players in their right positions. And one of the frustrations I had with this guy is that we have Mata on the bench, and you'll start people like Pereira over him in the attacking midfield role. I don't care how his feet have gone. Just put your players in the right position and play them. That's all it is. Like I feel like
but that was like back in
too
December.
Much. No, but like the performance yesterday is just the lineup. Yes, you can't really give it down. I wouldn't really put it down to tactics. I'll just put it more down to player brilliance. You will see the tactics when you play against someone else. Like at home, no, think about it. At home, it's our first home game back. Yeah, right. Everyone's buzzing. Pogba and Bruno, the first link up. Sheffield United were done before the game even started.
Okay.
Like, do it out over the next five. You have to give me a sustained period of the same team playing. Then you will see if we go down one. A manager's job. If you go down one, who can you to change it? He didn't have to. I'm trying to say the players went out and done their thing. Of course,
but he didn't have
for that. But it's not like I should be giving them the move. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's calm.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can hear them. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, obviously, the players are good enough for this stuff. But at the same time, I just think it's a cop out. I'm not gonna lie, because at the end of the day, in the past, people have been saying, "Oh, we can't do it against the shitty teams." I'm not saying Sheffield United shit, but they're currently not in the greatest vein of form. So you would put them in that category that we should have been beating them. So in the past, obviously in the past, when we've come up against teams like that, everyone's been critical of Oli because he's not put the right team out. He's not gone on the front foot. He's not shown the impetus. He's not been ruthless in terms of how we've attacked the game. He's done all that now, and then people are still not giving him credit. So it seems like he can't really win.
Do you know what it is for me? So I think I don't know how it was for Benji because.
But what do you want me to? You want me to say? Oh, congratulations.
No, but I'm saying like you give credit where it's due, innit?
I give him credit. He's our manager. And then the thing is with me. Sorry to interrupt. The thing is with me, I don't want that thing because obviously if he fails, it means Man United are not doing well. I want him to do well, but I feel like we have to see this team in 5 games.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Let's not get too excited. There's times, I think under Mourinho or under Van Gaal must have done one dirty counter-attacking goal against Stoke. We have to give him time to.
Oh no!
Even what I've even said, we need to give him time to even get a team that resembles him. But I just feel like he just makes a lot of in-game mistakes, like Kojo says.
Yeah, but that's why I countered my own argument by saying the lack of quality in the squad.
But I like he has humility. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, there's a lack of quality. There's still a little bit of a lack of quality in the squad. The 11 is strong, but the bench isn't fantastic yet.
Yeah,
and I think like some Man United fans at the beginning of the season, they wanted a pressing team. And when Pogba's not there, and we didn't have Bruno at that time, if your options are Pereira, Fred, and McTominay to press, you're fighting a losing battle. Mata can't press. Mata's not someone that's going to press at speed because he can't do that. He's never done that. So I never ever agreed with him starting Pereira. For me, it was press less, start Mata, look for your quality on the ball when you have the ball. Forget about pressing because these guys are not good enough to do it. But I can understand because he wanted to play a pressing style. That's why he played those guys. A bit more youthfulness about Pereira, a bit more energy in him. But he hasn't got the quality. We all know that. Now he's got the players that are fit to go out there and press the way he wants to win the ball back the way he wants to and to play the game they want to. Sheffield United, as much as they lack quality, for example, McGoldrick, for example, he still hasn't scored a Premier League goal.
Yeah,
so I can't look at him as a danger if I'm being honest. If I'm going to be brutally honest about it. But regardless of that, they've found ways to score goals and give teams trouble. So then where I would praise him is his structure and the team. We had the team structured, and when we didn't have the ball, they were very compact in the middle, kept things very strict there, so they couldn't create anything from out wide. I have to give him credit for that, because that's coaching. That one there is coaching.
But it was definitely coaching, man.
Yeah,
if Pepper Klopp win that game, in the manner in which we did it, you'd say that was a fantastic professional performance.
Liverpool
would get applauded for it.
Liverpool's game, against Palace was easy. That was simple. It was an easy game, and so yes. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm trying to make, because we will praise him for, and rightly so, Klopp will get praised for how the team was set up and how they were ready to go out there and all that.
Good job, yeah.
And he deserves that, because literally that is his coaching. So we got to give the same sort of energy to someone that's done this, pretty much got the same sort of result and the same kind of win. It was comfortable, it was dominant, it was easy.
Yeah, no, that's basically where I stand with that. And Benji, I'm not here getting carried away. I'm not saying, Ollie's had the win and all that shit. But all I'm saying
Are you sure?
No, I'm not deluded. I've already taken my top off and done Ryan Giggs in back garden. But for this game, obviously you got to hold your hands up and say, look, credit where it's due. But what I'm trying to say is, and I said this after the Spurs game, even when we didn't get a result, we weren't that happy. Let's be real. I said, for the first time on the Ollie, right, and this is genuine, in that second half when Pogba came on, I saw some structure and a style of football. Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Pogba's got quality, and he will, have impetus to obviously inflict some sort of danger to the opposition in himself, because he's got that professionalism about him. But at the same time, you saw it there, and he's carried on from this game, and hopefully they can build on it. Because for me personally, we saw for the first time in a long time since his first game against Cardiff, and we won 5-1. We saw clear patterns of play. Like, there were clear patterns of play. They were trying to hit the ball to Bruno. He was flicking it. Obviously, a lot. Sometimes they weren't successful, but there was clear instructions that you saw for the third goal.
Yeah.
Pogba into Bruno obviously to Martin Rashford, and the rest is history.
I think
even it's just last one. Even prior to that, Matic was passing the ball through the lines the whole game, and I've seen him do in the past, but not to that consistency. Every time he got the ball, he's definitely been instructed to do that. There's no way he's doing that off his own accord. We always call him flipping sideways boy. My flipping guy was passing sideways all the time. My man was playing the ball through the lines to Bruno every single time, and that was the difference. And that's come from Ollie. I don't care what anyone says. That's definitely come from him.
Ollie's at the win.
Oh God. But that's what I stand. Obviously, we've not even spoken about the main man, which is Anthony Martial. A lot of people saying my man's not a number 9. A lot of people saying he's X, Y, he's slagging him off. He's not interested. Well, he was fucking interested in this game. Man bagged the first hat-trick in 7 years. Man, since Van Persie's famous volley against Aston Villa. Benji, thoughts on Anthony Martial?
Well, I knew you would come to me first. I'm happy. It's what I said in the last show. Like, obviously, I don't know if you rewatch those shows, but I do. It's what I said in the last show. Like, when you play up front and you know the ball's not going to come, it's hot. You're not going to want to move. Like, the movement for the third goal, I think it was the third goal. It just proves my point. You move because you know the players can find you. Like, the movement for the first goal. The movement for the first goal is very, very underrated. Yeah, because fantastic. He had to swivel and move for that. The movement for the second goal, is this is what I want to see from my club. Fullbacks overlapping, and the best goal, my best ever footballing goals are them goals where you have the overlap for the fullback and he passes it back into the box. Beautiful goals. Because it means that you see something on the pitch. Martial has intelligence. The Rashford part, you should have just bent it bottom bins.
I think he had to pass that, I'm not going to lie.
No. All of this passes to my mates and that's so Rashford can get his confidence. I don't agree with that.
Rashford needs to be the goal, man.
But he needs to be a cold-hearted gunman killer. That's what Martial needs to do. And I feel like the hat-trick was deserved, but he still could have scored more. And that's what you need to see from Man United. And the thing is with Martial as well, there's a lot of haters because everyone looks at stats. But if you actually watch the way he plays, yeah, his technical ability is unrivaled. The touches, the flicks, the movement, like his brain, yeah, it's just like you would pay to watch him play alone, honestly, like. But it's like the thing is with Martial, you're playing with people like Lingard and Pereira, you're holding up the ball, you're thinking, rah, if I
Dead.
pass it to them, am I getting it back? Let me do it
No.
myself. So he tries to do it himself. Now he's been moving around. That pass to Rashford, if that was Lingard, he's turning and trying to bang it top corner. He's
Yeah, that's true.
class. And all of this comparison to Harry Kane from me or whatever, at the end of the day, like Martial is our number 9. I said it in the past one, the one before last that we had.
Yeah.
We don't need to sign a new striker if we have him up front.
You know what, Benji, the way is about football, yeah, football fans now is everything is about context, everything is about substance. So, like yesterday, one of my friends actually was telling me, but he scored, I think it was 11 and 9 in like 2 previous seasons. And I was like, yeah, those were the seasons where Mourinho himself said, you guys always say, why always Lukaku? Lukaku was only the focal point. It was Lukaku, find Lukaku. It wasn't fine Martial, and we also have to remember that Sanchez came in and Martial was
Martial playing left wing back that season, though, innit?
Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
But I remember Sanchez was brought in, and Martial, who was on form, was immediately put to the bench. There is a lot of things we have to discuss here, and you put into the context why Martial hasn't hit maybe 25 in a season, for example.
Beautiful.
But you have seen when the guy has service, there's no striker in the world that will score goals plentiful without service. There's some guys that can strike it from anywhere, but they also need service from their players in general to get them more goals. That's how football is.
Do you remember there was a game, I think Man United played Wolfsburg and Van Gaal was in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul Scholes said even Aguero wouldn't even score that team.
Yeah.
And it's true, like,
if
you play dead football and the strikers don't get touched with the ball, like, there's games, well, I remember there's games like Man United with Martial. The keeper will get more touches than him. Because the players can't find him. Look what I'm saying, like, the guy has scored, 19 goals this season? His biggest problem that he can't stay fit. He needs to stay fit for a whole season. He could easily bag 30 goals in the season. Because it's 19 now, and he's got what? Let's say there's 8 games left.
In the league.
We have to be.
We got Europa League as well.
There's at least 15
FA
games
Cup.
left if you do well. And he only needs, 10 goals?
You know what?
Come on.
The greatest strikers we've had in the Premier League, I'll name 3 of them: Henry, Shearer, and Andy Cole. You can go through a catalogue of individual brilliant goals. You can also see them being supplied by the likes of Beckham, by the likes of Giggs, Scholes, Petit, Vieira, Ljungberg, Pires, Bergkamp. Should I go on? Like, really, truly.
Even Gary Neville.
How many names can I drop? Even at Newcastle, Shearer had Solano, who was a freak master.
Just about to say
that right
Laurent
foot.
Robert as well.
Laurent Robert with whipping balls in and long-range free kicks. And, come on, man. The quality that these guys had around them. So you're not expecting him to score goals with Andres Pereira and Fred supplying him. Are you kidding? So, look, last week I said, someone at a race.
My name is... Go on, carry on talking.
I thought someone was out one of them.
You can tell this man's a rich guy. They're doing the garden in his house.
Yeah, but what you said about Martial last week was right, and what I said about him, just when you have the service now, just focus on getting goals, be the killer. That's all we want. That's all we want as United fans, and he'll get goals as long as we keep supplying.
And what I like as well, he was in the box more.
That's it.
So what you're saying is true. That's why I like talking to you. You have sense. He's in the box more, bro. Like, he doesn't have to. The thing is, he doesn't have to run around like a headless chicken to find the ball. Like, he can just be there. Like, if you look at Messi, 85% of this brother's game is walking. Because he knows that they're going to give him the ball in the right areas. We never had anyone that can find him.
Exactly. And just to top it off, like me personally, I would even add another creator, one more into another signing, just to add it. If you get a right winger,
you're getting a bit cheeky, bro.
Listen. If you get a right winger that can create, the guy is enjoying for the rest of his life. The guy is enjoying. you telling me you can't enjoy creating from here? Rashford can even create. You saw he's got 2 assists.
Yeah.
Rashford can even create for you. His dribbling is great. He can beat players. You've got 2 guys behind you in midfield that can create from any area on the pitch. I mean, bro, it's a dream. It's a dream come true. So now we've got this kind of player. We have to keep supplying, getting goals.
Like that, yeah.
And there's one instance at first I was annoyed at him, but then I understood. You remember when Pogba won that dribble when he nutmegged the player? And in my mind, I was like, why are you stealing from Pogba? This is not your time. But at the same time, I was thinking, wait, hold on, the strikers are greedy. Yeah, go and get the goal. Get the ball. I like that.
But to be fair, Pogba lost it a little bit though. When you watch it again, Pogba
it looked like he didn't have it under complete control. But in my mind, I thought, you know what, he's gonna get past these players regardless. But then when Martial intercepted it and saw it, I was like, what are you doing? But that's a killer instinct. He see the ball in the box. He said, give it to me. I want goals. I want my hat trick. I want more. Bro.
That's what I'm saying. Even, you know what's even funny? I know this is a bit off topic, but the Sheffield United players were grabbing onto every Man United player. Like, they'll do the 1-2 intricate movement. You see that time when Bruno left that guy and he was holding on to him. It's like, get off me, bro. Like, that's how good the football we're seeing. And Martial just the icing on the cake. Obviously, I just think, like, with Greenwood, sorry to go off topic, but Greenwood had an all right game. I just think
it was all right.
I think the only thing with Greenwood is that if he doesn't score, he doesn't really contribute much.
He's still young, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's still 18.
That's only criticism, if I'm allowed to add one, that if he doesn't score, sometimes he's not in the game.
I apologize.
I love Mason though. I love Mason though.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, that noise is basically my neighbour decided to drill something. I don't know why right next to where I'm recording. Without any warning. He's just telling me now. He's sorry. It's so good. I just saw that. Anyways, that aside, let's just finish on Rashford as well. Before we just go on, I do agree with. I saw a stat actually. I think it might have been yesterday. A lot of United fans posting on social media, and I said this as well. Martial doesn't get enough chances. I know we've gone through this already, but his shot to goal ratio is considerably higher than a lot of the strikers, the likes of Jimenez, the likes of Vardy, the likes.
Salah has like 100.
Yeah, literally. So his goal conversion is shot to goal conversion is, I think he might be best in the league, like compared to where he's at. So the more chances he gets, obviously he's gonna start bagging, man. I reckon he can get 25 this season, which would be a phenomenal first season for him in strike. Obviously, he had that one when he first came, and he also just to add to what you said, Benji. I think it was in the second half, the ball got played to Pogba, and you saw Martin just make a run into the box straight away. It was like at 30 yards out. Obviously, Pogba's capable of hitting that ball at the top. He was not doing that when the ball was going to Pereira, man. He was looking for feet. And why would you, man? Obviously, Mama can't make that pass to his daily life. Let's talk about the other strike part. Obviously, Rashford getting 2 assists. He was very wasteful in this game for me. He was wasteful against Spurs as well. Probably could have, got us the 3 points. Just to finish off, what are your thoughts on Rashford, Kojo? Because obviously he's kind of struggling a bit. In front of a goal, anyways.
Yeah, well, some players just start off a bit slow after a long break. That's how, for me, I'm not really looking at it too tough because he's still on the ball. He's still dribbling well. He's beating players quite comfortably. Still managed to get 2 assists as well. So I'm happy. I think that chance that when Martial passed it to him, it's an open goal. So in my mind, at the end of the day, he should be scoring that. But it was 2 players near you, under pressure, the ball really close to your feet. So you have to sort of rush the finish. I can have just a little bit of sympathy, just a tad. But all in all, regardless, you should be scoring that, and that's what we want to see. Especially the second one when
Pogba, for me, to be honest.
Yeah, Pogba pinged down to you, took the touch. So from there, you should be under complete control.
Yeah, got to hit on target at least, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but regardless, all in all, in the game, he was good, and I'm happy with what I saw overall. Just get back your killer instinct, but it comes with time. Sometimes some players just take a bit more time to really get into their groove, and hopefully maybe he starts against Norwich, and maybe he finds that form back. So all in all, I'm quite pleased with what I've seen so far.
I think he's the rest against Norwich, bro.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, because you know what it is? I feel like Man United, we're in a position now where we can rest 2. So you rest either Martial and Bruno or Martial and Pogba. No, Rashford and Bruno, Rashford and Pogba, and then just bring them on in the second half. Because I feel like don't let him have the chance to aggravate that injury. We need him fresh for the Premier League. The Premier League is way more important than this little
FA Cup, yeah.
Like, we need top 4, bro. Like, we need
Yeah.
to. Like, I want to be able to go with you, man, to Old Trafford next season, get a hot dog and watch Champions League matches.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
lie to
want-
you. Yeah, I'm
I
not gonna
don't
buy
want
food
Europa
over there, man.
League. Huh?
Not buying food over there. That's expensive.
Nah,
as well,
I
man.
do.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
expensive, man.
You have to get. How can you go to a match and not get a
I'll
hamburger?
sneak
You have to
a
get the
hot
full
dog
match
into Cold Glory,
experience.
man.
No, I get that because I've had it before and it's glorious. But bro, listen.
Nah, it's the match day experience. But I want to be able to go and watch a Champions League game, man.
Yeah, no, definitely, man.
Like,
That's the
you
most
can't
important
be.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to finish on Rashford, I was just watching some of his games from earlier, like in January, just before his injury. Mate, that guy was actually unplayable at times. So I agree with you. He just needs to find his feet. He just needs to put that one goal, and then he'll be fine. I think he's very much a confidence player, but it's good for him to get those 2 assists.
Yeah, if he wasn't getting the chances, then that's a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll come to him. I'm not worried about Rashford at all, man. The kid knows himself. He's a proper professional. Okay, let's just quickly finish on the Norwich prediction. Obviously, I'm not going to speak to you guys prior to that game. Obviously, you mentioned it briefly just then. So let's just get a quick score prediction, and then we'll wrap it up. Benji will come to you. What do you reckon?
Oh, who was first? 3-1.
3-1. What do you reckon, Kojo?
Go for a cheeky 2-0.
Is that 3-1 and 2-0 to Norwich, or what's?
Oh, that's
Nah,
yeah.
3-1 to United. Norwich have to rest all their players, man.
Yeah. After to be fair, I've got to say, if I'm Norwich, right, surely they're not going to play a strong team, because why would they care about FA Cup? It's going to be nothing for them. Like, they need to stay in league. Obviously, it looks like they're out of the league, but
They're already relegated, man.
I don't know. It looks like they're going to get relegated, but surely in my head you think, allow the FA Cup. Let's rest our players and let's focus on the league, because they've got a game in about 2 days after, anyways, in the league.
That's true.
Yeah. For me personally, I think we're going to absolutely hammer him. He's going to rest. I think the midfield's probably going to be Mata, number 10, McTominay and Fred. That's what I would do anyways. I'll rest all of them. I don't think any of them need to play. I'll put them all on the bench if we need and bring them on. But I'm going to say 4-0. I think we're going to
Wait, sorry to interrupt. Did you see that substitution in the 80th minute?
Yeah. It was
so bad.
No, but
when all 5 of them walked off.
Yeah, but you know.
I mean like as in bad as in good. The way it looked.
Yeah.
But
that shows where Ollie is mentally as well, because like he wasn't making that sub until we got that 3rd goal. Man was like, these are my players. I trust these man to get me the 3rd goal. As soon as that 3rd goal went in, he goes, oh, you man jump on now. Like, he wasn't taking any risk.
5 walked off together.
Oh, it's class, man. The goal should have scored as well, man. But
I need a picture of that, dude. That's iconic.
Hey, Benji, you're loving that Ollie move, yeah? Is that what's happening?
Don't worry, I'll be the first one to get Ollie 20 at the back of my shirt. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. You done know. I might get you, if we finish top 4, maybe top 3. I'll get you shirts saying Ollie ball on the back door.
I'll hold you to that. You know the new kit in black.
Okay,
I'll hold you to that.
Ollie ball, yeah. 3rd.
Yeah, why not?
Whatever position we come, that'll be the number shirt. If we come, well, obviously it has to be in top 4, innit? If we come 4th, I'll give you number 4 in it, Ollie ball. No, say no more. Apart from that, that's been your podcast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I do apologize for obviously the loud noise. That was just my neighbour drilling. I don't even know where it was. To be fair, he's apologized anyways. But
good podcast to do.
I think there was an ambulance or something. I don't know if that was me or one of you lot, but apologies for that as well.
Was you, mate?
Was it me as well?
Yeah.
Yo, my street's normally quiet as well, so I don't know what's happened. My mum's not recording. But yeah, as always, drop a like. Show these guys some love. The links will be in the description. Apart from that, it's been your boy Smad. Call United.
Peace.